your thoughts, ma'am?
What is your reaction?
So many. I am firmly against the plan as it stands right now. Here's what Republican voters across the country know. They know that Speaker Johnson passed a two-part omnibus that funded Biden's open border, deadly open border policies, funded the DOJ, which has 91 federal indictments against President Trump and wants to put him in jail for the rest of his life, funded the FBI that raided Mar-a-Lago, and gave him a brand new building. Now he's telling Republican voters that he's going to put Ukraine money first, $60 billion, supposedly broken down to make it more appealing somehow, of funding for Taiwan, funding for Israel, and then some sort of national security package that includes the TikTok ban, which, by the way, there's a lot of Republican voters on TikTok, and Republican voters are angry at Facebook and Instagram for being censored and are angry at CISA and DHS for spying on Americans and Facebook and formerly Twitter. This is such a scam and people are so done with it. People care about actions. They're tired of Republicans going out and promising all these promises and saying how we're fighting for America and then sending their hard-earned tax dollars. By the way, today's tax day, April 15th. Everyone's having to pay the IRS to fund this government that doesn't care about actually fixing the problems here at home. They just want to kick the can down the road. And people are not going to like any of this. They're going to be angry about it. And I think it's another wrong direction for Speaker Johnson in our conference.
Are you going to vote on your motion to vacate in light of this plan?
I haven't decided on that yet, but I just stood in the conference and told basically my entire conference that right there. And I just think this is the wrong direction to go. Our border is the #1 policy issue that voters care about all across the country. And the Senate has not taken up a vote on H.R. 2, our border package that we sent over there. They're just demanding that the House vote to fund Ukraine, vote to fund Taiwan, and send more money to Israel, claiming that our military is running out of ammunition. Well, you want to know something? If these people in there cared about our military, why don't we do a separate bill to fund and rebuild our military with ammunition and supplies without having to fund a foreign war to do that?
Ukraine has been a red line for you in the past, and you've said that even recently when you filed the original motion.
I didn't say Ukraine alone. I said we should not put Ukraine money before our border. That's what I said.
What is part of your consideration now as you decide what you're going to do here? What are you
well,
know
I'm
what
just
his plan
processing. I'm
is.
telling you exactly what my thoughts are, unfiltered, as I walked out of the conference right there.
Congressman, do you think that the Speaker deserves to lose his job?
I don't think he's definitely not going to be Speaker next Congress if we're lucky enough to have the majority. And I think that is widely held belief throughout the conference.
Is he going to be Speaker for the rest of this Congress, do you think?
That is to be determined. Like I said, I'm still processing what I'm
Why is it his fault if he's just letting the members of Congress make their own decisions here?
He's the Speaker of the House. He's the Speaker of the House. He is also the leader of our Republican conference. Leaders know how to lead, or at least they should know how to lead. I haven't seen leadership yet. He's been leading for the Democrats and serving the Biden agenda.
Would you still blame the Speaker for a lack of leadership if Republicans end up signing on to a discharge petition and that becomes the vehicle to vote for Ukraine, Israel, etc.?
No, I wouldn't blame him for that. That is I've put discharge petitions in for my bills before, so I don't blame the Speaker if a group of members actually go at 218 and sign a discharge petition. Maybe I should put a discharge petition in for my Protect Children's Innocence Act. That's a bill that nobody seems to care about getting a vote on. And if we care about doing messaging bills like election integrity, which I do support that bill, why don't we do more messaging bills that I think are Republican-based?
What do you say to your colleagues who are saying this is a fool's errand to tease this motion to vacate, that doing so and trying to vacate them gives the power to Jeffries?
It doesn't give the power to Jeffries because there's not a single Republican that would vote for Jeffries to be Speaker. And we have 2 more Republicans coming once they win special elections.
Did you respond to him?
Yes, he said that the appropriation bills didn't do what they said, and he said we can go through them if you like. And I said yes, I'd like to sit down and go with those appropriations because I know for a fact they do exactly what I told them.
Congresswoman, why wouldn't you do the motion to vacate? Why are you still considering?
Because it's a very serious matter, and I care about our majority. I've paid all my dues in the conference and then some. A lot of my colleagues in there haven't paid their dues to the NRCC. So again, it's actions that matter, and by paying all my dues in, I support the majority, and I want it next time. So I'm being careful. I also respect my colleagues. I actually care about what they think too, their opinions and the districts they represent. So a motion to vacate is such a serious issue, should be handled responsibly, not just, willy-nilly.